Okay, it's 10 a.m. Let's start the webinar, and I'm sure people will be joining us. So good morning, everyone. My name is Timea. This is our part 2 of our webinar series with Point Outdoor Furniture. I just want to say a few words about TB Contract in case you don't know us, you haven't worked with us yet. So TB Contract Furniture is a multi-brand outdoor furniture dealer. We are based out of Los Angeles. We work with 8 amazing furniture manufacturers. One of them is obviously Point. And my guest today is Alex Sola, who is the US sales manager of Point. Point is a Spanish manufacturer, but Alex will say so many amazing things about the brand. Yeah, so welcome, Alex. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and taking the time to.
Thank you.
And yeah, so
thank you, Timea. I was actually last minute, my other screen just shut down, so I was, well, perfect timing. Thank you everybody for being here. As Timea said, I'm Alex Sola, the West Coast area manager for Point 1920. I'm based in the South Bay out of Los Angeles. And first of all, let me put a second here to thank you all of you for your interest in Point. It is indisputable that we are living one of the most challenging times of our era, but the best way of standing out is with knowledge, staying well informed of what is trending out there, where innovation is coming from. So thank you all, thank you, and especially Timea for putting this show together. And let's start with the show. So for all of you that never heard about Point, we are a 100 years old company. So if you haven't heard about us, where have you been? Kidding.
You actually turned, yeah, you celebrated the anniversary, the 100-year anniversary last year in 2020, right? Such a great year to celebrate an anniversary.
It was perfect. We made such a huge party. Everybody was there. No, kidding. We had to cancel actually every event that we had planned for the previous 2 years, which was pretty dramatic, but the less of the problems. So Point, as we just mentioned, was founded in 1920. It's a family company based in the Mediterranean coast of Spain, a place where the outdoor is culture, the main scenario for social interaction. For all who visited Spain, you probably were surprised by the concept of the terraces and seeing so much people enjoying the fresh drink on the sun, on the streets, plazas, even in the beach. Well, through the past 100 years, Point has been part of that identity, providing furniture for those outdoor spaces. And now, run by the 3rd and 4th generation of the Pons family, English is our hallmark. And here, important detail here, this is a familiar company. I don't know if you work with any other familiar furniture or any other supply for architecture companies. I'm not part of the company, I'm the adopted child, but I'm telling you, I work for other companies, and yes, it does make the difference. I'm gonna play a quick video about the company, especially because we probably don't have everybody still on the room, where we come from, and what has been happening in the past 100 years. A second for you guys.
Yeah, it's a very great summary of the brand, of the company for the past 100 years. Oh, I love those guys. The 4 owners, the 4 brothers.
We don't have sound here, Timea?
Sorry?
Can you hear the video or not?
I cannot hear it.
Oh, that's so unfortunate because it's actually in English.
We will share the video on our website, and probably we will post it on social media. So whoever wants to watch it with the sound. They're actually very pretty, so sorry about that. I'm not really sure what happened, but yeah. Please share some information also after this amazing video of the company.
Yeah, well, as you said, the main theme that the video speaks about is the compromise of having a familiar company, 100 years old company on shoulders. The compromise not only with the name of the brand, but also with the clients that have been trusting this idea for so many years. And it's like the voice of the four brothers that right now run the company with these same values that the company was founded 100 years ago. So going straight to 2021, which is the year of hope, I'm going to call it. I want to start explaining the different range of materials that we use as they define the different range of prices that we have in our catalog. As mentioned before, Point was born as a natural rattan manufacturer, even though we still have an indoor catalog with vintage pieces from the early catalogs. The plastic fiber took over the natural rattan as a much more resistant material, easier to modify in shapes, colors, etc., as you can see here. The synthetic rattan that we use is our patent Shintotex. It's a PP and PE polymer that we introduced around 10 years ago. And it was a huge step up in resistance, quality, and sustainability, since it's a 100% recyclable material and very easy to take apart from the frames.
Yeah, you can actually see some items behind me from the round collection with the Shintotex.
Yep. And I see also your Hamp armchair, which at the same time is the one that I'm using for sitting right now.
As well.
So as I was mentioning, the frame, all the frames that we use for our weaker Shintotex collections, all of them are aluminum powder coated frame, no steel, no stainless steel, because just to let you know, stainless steel is just stainless, but still. No plastic. So aluminum frames. Make sure to not use any other material as a frame for weaker furniture, because after a few years, there's going to be a drama. We usually have 3 colors for all our weaker collections, even though that there's some collections that we have special combinations, as we see here in this Vanna table and bistro chair on the center of the image, combining 2 different materials. To mention, right now we have 2 catalogs divided in outdoor classics, which would be these 3 types of collections that we see here, obviously, which many more, and they have an classic to transitional style, as you can see here in these images. And then we have the contemporary outdoor catalog, where we introduce all the new collections, all the innovative materials, everything that basically it's new. Again, I'm not going to go through the catalog, because you are designers, you have the visual intelligence to go through pages and decide under your perspective what is cool, what is not. Just to let you know, we have probably, if not the most, top 3 biggest catalogs on the outdoor industry. So it's a lot. If you cannot find what you're looking for, it's because you're looking for something very, very specific, and we do have specific things. Next material.
Actually, the catalogs from our website and also from the Point website. So if you'd like to take a look, just go to tbcontractfurniture.com or point.com. Point
1920.
.com, and you can download the catalogs from these 2 websites.
That is correct. We are fully digital right now, as we have to. We will talk about that later, though. Next material that we're going to talk about is teak, controversial material. We always talk about clients that have banned completely teak as a material, clients that love it so much, clients that love it only for 3 years, then they want to just get rid of them because they don't want to oil it, and it takes so just a bit of time. Talking about the teak that we use and being a little bit specific, we use grade 8 Burmese teak, which means top of the quality on teak. The grade A means that is the center cut of the timber of the mature trees, which is a much higher density, much more natural oils inside, less knots, less discolorations, and by instance, less maintenance required. Not to mention that obviously all the teak that we have from sustainable managed forest, we have the certifications for that. And then I would like to mention something real quick while some of the collections that we use teak on. As you can see, we try to be very simple on the design in order to make it easy on the maintenance day. And I call it the maintenance day because it's once a year, twice a year. If you live in a harsh environment, maybe in front of the ocean where you receive a lot of salty breeze, things like that. I don't know how difficult can be do oiling on such a huge sectional as we have here, but I can tell you, it's a one-man work, 15 minutes, no more. Then something that I would like to mention, we decide to, in order to reduce a little bit the price of the teak collections, offering the furniture without oil. And this is not only for the price point, because it's not a big deal, it's not a big difference, but it's for three other main things. Is some clients don't want to oil the product, don't want the product to have a color finish. They like to have the natural, supernatural touch of the wood with its natural oils. Some clients want the furniture, the teak furniture, to edge a little bit and having this silver patina on it before sealing the furniture with oil and preserving that patina, so they can wait a little bit and having a different finish and style. And some clients just want to have a different coloring on the oil. Maybe they want to put something darker, more orangey, things like that. So that's to the client. And the third reason, and under my opinion, the most important one, is in order to give the client the chance of understanding how easy it actually is doing the oiling. And it's something that the client is going to do potentially as soon as they receive the furniture. We can provide the oil that we have. And seriously, for example, this collection here, that it may look, oh my God, so much fabrics to remove, to do the maintenance. So under the arm of that armchairs and sofas, there's a zipper. You remove the zipper, the fabric goes down, you do the oiling with a cloth, over. That's it. Very, very simple. Seriously, guys. I have this chair with me for the dining set in my house for 3 years. Obviously, it's been indoor, but 3 years I never did the oiling.
Behind me, yeah, we never did any maintenance actually. Obviously, it's indoors, but yeah, maybe I will do a little like video. I will take that lounge chair apart so people can see later in a story like how easy it is.
Call me, I'll bring my mask and we do the oiling together, so we show how easy it is. You put the coffee, you know that I love your coffee, Tima.
Yes.
And yeah, maybe this could be probably one of the biggest teak collections that we have. In order to how much planes and surfaces we have, still not a big deal. If you can do car wash, seriously, this is not more than that. More materials, aluminum powder coated. This is one of the last introductions that we are using. As I mentioned before, aluminum is the best material for outdoor use for many reasons. How easy it is to work with, how easy it is to customize, to apply in different colors and finishes, how stable it is. You will never have rusting problems unless you have a really terrible weldings. A good point to put attention on. When you see one of our furnitures made of aluminum, it's going to be really hard for you to see where are the weldings, where is the connections, and that is a hallmark of quality. Good weldings define a good furniture or not. Some of the collections that we introduced recently, this teak collection, very playful. All the colors, all the options possible are endless. Weekend collection, a classic. It's been on the catalog for over 5-6 years now. And just to mention, we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Those are the 9 standard finishes that we have, which are very different and
yeah, beautiful,
different enough, quite colorful, quite trendy. But still, if you don't want to go with this, you can customize it. You can say, hey, Alex or Timea, we're working in this corporate project with Dropbox, and we want a blue tea bar stool, but we want it on the blue corporate color from Dropbox. No problem. You send me the color reference from Pantone or any other color reference. We paint it. We will talk about that a little bit later. Finally, last about materials, I would like to talk about the mixed materials. When we use 2 materials at the same time. Obviously, we're talking here about a composition of aluminum frame, powder coated aluminum frame with cord, for example, Shintotex wicker with teak cord, whatever. We'll see now. So, for example, one of the top seller collections that we have is the Weave collection, which is a really wide collection. As you can see here in the top left, we have 22 pieces right now for this collection. 3 different bistro chairs, bar stools, 2 different types of lounge chairs, the soft seating, well, you name it. Basically, if you want to have one environment with only one collection speaking only the same very language, the Weave is a great option. Also, this brings me to my mind something that we were talking with Timea a few days ago. Good thing with Point, everything speaks the same language. Everything is on the same range of the palettes of colors, the materials, the finishes. Everything is very coherent with each collection. And it is a fact that some of the biggest projects that we have done use 3, 4, even 5 collections on the same space, and you don't feel that, oh, this is different space than that. It's everything very coherent and very coexists very well in the same space. Here we have a combination of teak and Shintotex. That's one of the pieces that Timea has on the showroom, exactly like that with COM, if I'm not wrong. And for example, another one here, teak with flat white Shintotex. Finally, it brings me to the fabrics. And I actually just realized that I forgot to put any comment about the tabletop materials. We use HPL material, compact. We use porcelainic, synthetic porcelain material for tabletops. We use PE plastic for certain collections. All the materials you can download it on Material Bank. We will talk about this a little bit in a second. All the submetals, individual pieces of material, you can receive it within 24 hours. So no problem, even though I forgot about that. Fabrics. Talking about fabrics, we have 3 grades of fabrics. Obviously, Sambrella, we all know Sambrella. We have Sambrella, we have Battleline, and we have Agora, which is the group 1. You can see here, I don't know if you can get to see it, the Martindale cycles. So group 1, the main difference between group 1 and the group 2 and 3 are the Martindale cycles. We're talking about 20,000 cycles on the group 1. And when we go to the group 2 or 3, we are talking something over 30, 35, 40, 80,000 cycles, something really contract grade on the highest side. I forgot to mention that. Oh,
fabric book. I'm showing the fabric book. So
thank you, Timea.
Yeah, actual fabrics, we have this here. So if you ever need a sample, just let us know.
I forgot to mention, because sometimes I just consider it obvious. We are contract use commercial grade type of company. No question about that. Our furniture is being on the hardest environments possible, which under my opinion are cruise ships, 24/7 people with sunscreen kits, and ice cream, the worst, no maintenance. And we are in major cruise ships. with no issues. We offer 2 years warranty. If a cruise ship doesn't call you on the year 1.9 and say, hey, we have to replace this and that, is because the furniture is doing great. And seriously, furniture performs. The furniture performs.
Yes. And you mentioned
we have
before that you have a big announcement about the materials that is just amazing. So let's talk about the material bank, because
correct, you got it right on time. This is actually the first public announcement. We are live on Material Bank. We are still on 80% of the catalog is uploaded. It's a lot of work. We've been working on this project for a few months already, and finally, since last week, you can go on Material Bank, select the top brands, go to point, see all the pieces that we have. They did such a great job. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time here explaining how Material Bank, but I definitely recommend you guys go and check how Material Bank works. It's a really, really useful tool. Within 12 to 24 hours, you will have the samples in the desk of your office. They put together a box. You see this little icon under the fabrics or the sample here, this little icon with a arrow and a box. It means add it to the box. And when the box is full, you send it. You can mix different brands. You can repeat samples if you want 2 of this. It's great. It is actually great. And then if you are sustainable brained, you can put the box, close the box. It's already paid to return it to Material Bank, so you don't have to waste the pieces. If you don't want to take the box back, you just throw it away. You don't pay for it. The manufacturers will pay for it. So no excuse. And there's a lot of mood boards you can work with. Seriously, it is amazing. We did a webinar the other day, and I was like, wow, this rocks.
Yeah. So this doesn't mean that clients can't request samples from us. So you can still come to us and request any finished samples or fabric swatches. We are happy to send them. You just need to know that the material bank is also an option if you need samples.
That is correct.
Now let's talk about, I'm pretty sure everybody is very interested about the technical details, because words like lead time, COM, customization, like we hear these a lot. So please tell us a little about, all the technical details that Point provides.
Of course. I bet that there's a lot of people with the questions like, okay, tell me about lead times, tell me about the COM, I want samples.
These are very important questions, so yeah.
Those are the classics.
No.
So talking about the standard, and here I made a 2-slide thing here between the standard and the customization, because those are the most common questions. Talking about standard is anything that it's from the catalog and is not a beautiful order of 2,000 chairs. I wish. Regular quantities, contract, hospitality type of quantities, residential, whatever. Lead time, 10 to 12 weeks, FOB Miami, where we have the warehouse. 16 weeks if we are out of stock or it's a big order, which means we have around $3-4 million, actually euros, which is a little bit more, stock in our Spanish warehouse. If for some reason we don't have as many pieces as you want, or we just ran out of stock for the pieces that you're waiting for, it takes a few weeks to manufacture. So instead of 12 weeks would be 16. I try to be on the dramatic side. I prefer to say 16 weeks.
Because it's very dramatic what is happening right now with shipping. So it's always better to be on the cautious, dramatic side.
Exactly.
Like 2 weeks to the lead time, because just to be safe.
It goes on the designer conversation with the final client to make them understand that if you want this coming from Europe, and even not even from Europe, manufacturers here in the US, they're having big issues with fabric, especially, and some things with COVID and all this situation. Obviously, this lead time is being affected by COVID, so we are considering the COVID circumstances here. Regularly, the lead time could be from 7 to 9 weeks. So we are adding 3 extra week lead time all these problems. We are working on a quick shipping program. We want to take a quick look to the pieces that we have there. This is a 1 week lead time. It's stocked in Miami. We will see what we have, the quantities that we have, etc. So that could be really interesting. The idea is to grow this quick shipping program that we have in Miami and adding more pieces, more finishes, and more quantities. We are in the first stage, and it works as a lifesaver type of stock. Oh my God, I need 10 chairs for yesterday. What do you have? So that's the main idea.
Yes,
COM.
We'll talk about the quick shipping program a little bit later.
That is correct. COM. Obviously, we can work with COM. We have a COM form available. I highly recommend you do it through Timea because she is really used to work COM with us. We never had a problem with Timea sending the fabrics to our factory. She knows the process. So
yes, and we usually wait. We usually wait until all the fabrics arrive, and we keep informing our clients what we are still waiting for, just to make sure that we are all on the same page regarding the lead time, because the lead time always starts when the manufacturer receives the COM fabric. All of
that is correct.
Fabrics, yeah, not just one roll from the 5, but all 5 rolls if a project includes 5 rolls of COM fabrics. Yeah,
that is correct. Thank you for that little point here, Timea. So exactly, if the lead time is 10 to 12 weeks and we're doing COM, those 10 to 12 weeks start when we receive the fabric. It is true that sometimes we would start the manufacturing and advancing with parts and things on the order, but we cannot do nothing until we have. We cannot do the upholstery until obviously we have the fabric. Samples, quick turnaround on the submittal request next day with Material Bank or even with Timea. Just to mention that we are the first brand to be fully available in Material Bank, the first outdoor furniture brand. Sorry. Design here is something that maybe some designer don't trust or don't want to even think about it. If you have a huge project, a commercial thing where the outdoor space is just a small piece of the project, but you don't have time, and time is money, time is budget, we can help you designing that outdoor layout. We can help you with our proposal. You give us the budget, and that's something that we do a lot with long-time relationship clients. If it works, great. If it doesn't, no problem. So if you're running late on your project and you need support on the design on the outdoor, we can take a little bit of that work. Obviously, probably you're gonna need to finish parts, but on the design of the furniture and the spaces, we can work with that. And last but not least, flexibility. Give us as much information as you have about the project, and we will offer you the best solution to any problem. Alternative FOB points, customizations that we will see now, warehousing the order. Let's say that you have not a fixed date on when the installation is going to be, but you don't want to be late. So what I recommend, for example, is okay, if the installation date is around summer, let's put the order in the Miami warehouse June 1st. So when the project is ready, we have it in a week on site. Otherwise, the transit time from Europe is 23-25 days. We don't want to wait that much sometimes. And it brings us to the specials, where I divided the customizations that we can do on the furniture into parts. Sorry, this is a little bit boring part of the presentation with me talking and this and these letters, but I'm gonna try to explain it real quick and easy. Customizations, two ways of doing it. Basic customization, which I call a modification, something that it's a modification of a product that we already have manufactured. Let's call it a new color for the aluminum powder coat, custom seat height that we can cut, basically, not make it longer. Something comes to my mind, bar stool. We want a counter height stool. We can cut the legs, easy. Umbrella holes, tabletop dimensions or material. If we want a little bit smaller tabletop, we just cut it. All those modifications, is something that it's going to take around 1 to 2 extra weeks, sometimes not even any extra lead time. And the additional cost comes from 0 to 10% extra. Usually we go with around 5%. So this way you can understand, okay, is it possible to do this? It's going to affect. I think that we all understand manufacturing enough to having an idea. But always, I recommend you to ask Timea, ask me. So far it's for free, so no problems. And then we have the complex customizations where requires a full manufacturing of the piece, changing the footprint of a piece. We want a smaller version of this armchair, or we want a bigger version of the sand bed. We want to change the materials. I want the wicker, the Shintotex, the green, but in this collection you only offer white and black as a standard. We can use another of our Shintotex, but we have to manufacture those pieces exclusively for you. Lead time, in that case, we're going to be on the 16 weeks that we were mentioning before, so 5 to 8 extra weeks, depending on the quantities, depending on how complex is the modification. And the additional cost, obviously, it would be quoted basically based on what it is. I would have to go through our production team and having a quotation special for your request. And finally, with the super technical part, I want to talk about, well, Timea can explain you actually really well the comfort and weather protection, how we use our foam. So Timea, please take over here.
So as you know, many outdoor furniture manufacturers use either quick dry foam or dry fill foam. It's just a different brand, but basically it's a 99% open cell foam. It's an amazing, solution for outdoor use, but quick dry foam is definitely much more denser than polyurethane. So when you sit on it, the comfort level of a chair, of a lounge chair, it's not gonna be the same. If you use polyurethane, that is an indoor foam, it's going to be much more comfortable. So that will give you the comfort of an indoor furniture, but you have to protect that foam from water and all the elements that can get in dust. So for that reason, Point uses an inner liner around the polyurethane foam, and that's an amazing solution because no water or dust or any other elements will get inside the foam, but you can still have the comfort of the indoor furniture, of an indoor lounge chair or a sofa. And of course, the upholstery, the outdoor fabric will still be Sunbrella that is water resistant. So some water will get through it, but nothing will get into the foam. So, it's up to you. I know that for many projects, it's a specification or a requirement that you use quick dry foam. You just have to know it's an option with Point. But if you don't have that requirement, we suggest just using the polyurethane foam because that's much more comfortable because it's a softer, less dense foam. So in just a nutshell, if you have anything to add, Alex, you're welcome.
That's perfect. I knew that you would explain it better than me. I just want the quick explanation here is actually in some projects, as you, Timea, mentioned, is a requirement, quick dry foam. I usually offer the solution, the alternative of having the inner liner because of what you said. It keeps the furniture, the foam is always dry. The quick dry foam is gonna get dry quicker than a regular foam. But if we protect the foam 100% and it's always waterproofed, you don't have to wait. It's already dry. It's always dry. The only thing that may have to dry a little bit is the fabric, which usually doesn't get wet, doesn't soak water. Maybe if you use COM, I cannot talk for the COM, but that's a problem that you would have with the quick drying foam as well. So under our opinion, under Point opinion, waterproof inner liner is a better option, a better solution. This is an alternative, it's an optional protection. If not, Southern California, probably, or Arizona or Dubai, nobody cares about rain. So that's why it's optional.
And it also depends, obviously, it depends on the location of the project because then where there's no rain, it doesn't really make sense to use the dense quick dry foam. Yeah.
That is
So
correct.
talking about this, I think we're kind of done with the technical things, and we already started talking about the inner liner. You have something to share. You have some very important details to share about your website. So,
yep. So as you can see here, this is our website. What we want to show you here is how to use the product configurator. That's a tool that we introduced last year, and it's definitely really, really nice. Not only because you can customize your product, but it's really easy. So for example, here we have a city two-seat sofa. You can see on the bottom how you can select the 3 finishes available. So at the same time, it's interesting because you can understand, oops, my bad, sorry, big fingers. You can understand the finishes available for every product. So we have 3 options for this as a standard. You can apply the finish that you want to see in the representation, and the fabrics for the seat cushions, back cushions, and the accent pillows. So you can play, you can create different options. As you can see here, really easily, it's automatic, and share it with the client. You know, we have this, we have that. So it's a really visual thing, and definitely the final customer loves to see the if not, obviously, if it's not possible to do a seat test, this is something that is going to approach the options really well. Then if you go to the downloads area, as you just see the click, you have a bunch of digital material. We have all the catalogs, all the 3Ds, as you will see here, product data sheets. We have the pictures on HD of the fabrics. Basically everything that you may need on digital is on the website. If you register on the private area with an account for your main one account for your studio and give access to everybody, or just one personal, or if you just don't want because you don't want to put your email there, it's not a big deal. You probably can contact Timea or myself and ask, I need the Revit files for this armchair. It may take more minutes waiting for our reply than just doing by yourselves. But if you just don't want to do it, we offer all the options. So here you can see all the little information that you can download in their website.
Yes, and it happens many times that even if a design firm has an account with us or with you, they just don't know the password. They just don't want to wait 24
hours,
because that's how long it takes for the approval. So you can always email us, and we are happy to download anything from the website and send it to you in a Dropbox.
And finally, what is new?
I already showed us the city collection. Yeah, this is my favorite when we actually talk about the products. So I will let you introduce the new collections.
So what is new with Point? We are very, very active. We introduce new collections every year. We don't sleep over the last year catalog. We try to bring something new to the design community every year. That's probably why we have such a wide catalog. And we work this year with Christophe Pillet. Timea loves his work. We all know that. We do love his work too, and definitely
it's true.
He did such a great job. The 3 collections that he designed for us this year, I think that I never sold collections before they were not even manufactured, but without having an idea of when the collections are going to be ready. We already have, as crazy, and this is not even, we're not even joking here. The first batch of stock for the 3 collections is almost gone. So we are already manufacturing a restock for the collection is not officially presented, and well, it is officially presented, but we didn't deliver any collection yet, any order yet, and it's already sold. It is crazy. It's been really, really good feedback.
Because they are beautiful. I mean, look at that.
They're great. This section here, the Long Island, we worked together in order. He said, I want to design some indoor looking sofa that you can just put it outdoor, and then it wasn't as easy as it sounds. So we partner with Goodside. This is in the bottom right side, you can see a little bit of a description. I don't know if we can get to understand what it is. Those are fiberglass slats that go inside the cushion, inside of the foam. So the foam is rigid itself. The cushion is rigid itself on the bottom. It's a structural cushion. So you can put the cushion over the frame of the foam, the frame of the sofa. And if it rains, the water just goes through. There's no place where the water stays, you know, and after days for capillaries goes inside the furniture. The water always goes through the furniture. In this collection and the city collection that we will see next, this waterproof liner that we were talking before is always included. So it's not an extra, it's always included because of the Goodside slats that we see here. So yeah, it's definitely an indoor looking sofa, sectional sofa. You can create anything you want, U-shape, 5-seater, L-shape, anything, chaise long, as you can see here. And best part of everything is that we want to have this in the quick shipping program here in the US. Next collection, city collection.
Just one question about the Long Island. Tell us about the color options of the frame and the materials, the fabrics that designers can choose, can select for the cushions of the Long Island.
So interesting question, actually. The frame that we are offering now, it's only gunmetal gray. You can only see the legs, so neutral color for the legs. Then we have auxiliary tables, side tables, coffee tables. Those are available in gunmetal gray and cream, as we will see now, and any other tabletops that we have on the catalog. So all the tables, you can use any tabletop on the catalog. Simple.
Yes.
For the fabrics.
Fabrics from your graded in fabric range can be used. So all the outdoor fabrics, umbrella, like grade,
correct.
1, 2, and 3 can be selected for the Long Island.
Corrected.
Okay.
You can select any fabric. You can combine fabrics on the sitting cushion and the back cushion. You can make it crazy. Obviously, on the configurator that we have on the website that we just saw, you cannot go as far on, you know, selecting one cushion, this color, the other cushion. If you want it, we can do it. It's always a matter of sending an email and checking how we can do that. We can do that. Even if you want to use COM for the pillows, but in grade fabric for the regular cushion, no problem with that.
One more question about the Long Island, sorry.
No, please, that's why we're here.
Yes, so regarding the back cushions, right? Everything that I can see on the pictures, what is included when we price this collection?
So
obviously the throw pillows are not, but I can see those little side, you know, lumbar pillows on this chaise longue. Are those included?
All the cushions that we show are included. We don't trick with that. If for some reason a client don't want the cushions because they want to, I don't know, to put a different shape type of cushion, or they already have cushions from a different project, we can find a way of maybe adding a little bit of extra discount and not including the cushions. But so far, we know that everybody wants the cushions. So why to sell a furniture without cushions and then, oh, well, do you want the cushions of the picture that makes the picture look so great? You have to pay for them too. Doesn't make sense. So all the cushions are included. In this case, for example, the fabric is grade 2 on the sitting cushions and back cushions, and I think that there's group 3 and 2 on the accent pillows. There would be a little bit of, it would be grade 2 fabric, and there would be a little bit of extra cost on the grade 3 pillows, but we are talking about $10 per, nothing that to worry too much. City collection. I'm in love with this collection. It's so great. It's so sad to hear some studios have thick band of the materials available for outdoor use, especially because such a small accent of thick that makes the furniture so much warmer, so much indoor looking. and so much different. This collection is all about the rope, the teak, the fabrics that we use, the aluminum, so many textures, so many materials, so well used. So as a user, you want to be in contact with the fabric and with the rest, the armrest, which in this case is going to be the teak, such a warm material compared with the aluminum. Imagine being in an outdoor space and it's heating sun like crazy, and you put your arms in an aluminum surface. Even if it's white, it might be hot.
Yeah.
If it's thick, it's a completely different story. The temperature is much better managed on a thick material than an aluminum. So that's why we apply it with sense. It's not because it looks better. It's just because it makes more sense. Utima asked me, can we customize this with a different color, with a different material on the instead of the tick? We're working on that. We're working on offering a solution.
I will get that question.
I know. I saw it coming. We are working on offering a solution, an alternative to the tick. As I said, this is the first batch of the new collections. We always work on over the feedback of our clients, and this is something very, very important, you guys, that you're listening. If you have a recommendation, suggestion, positive or negative feedback, we are in love with all those comments, especially with the negative comments, because saying that is great, it make us feel good, but telling us, you know, I love this collection, but I think that the rope is not going to work for us because it's not adding anything. I can give you a reply. I can tell, okay, it's because of this, it's because of that, or we can change it. So it's always great having a feedback to work on and improve the furniture, improve the products on the future. So please feel free to
if you have any questions or comments about any of these collections, our chat and Q&A are open. So I have my coworker Belle, and she will be able to answer your questions if you have any. And we are always happy to get feedback. Yeah.
Correct. And the last of the new collections of this year is the summer collection, also from Christophe Pillet. This is a very contract use orientated collection. Basically, chairs and tables for the contract use, for the hospitality, for the restaurants. I don't know if you can see that red line there. I don't know what.
Yes. You probably tried to draw something on this.
Yeah, I was trying to mark something, but I had no idea that stayed there. Sorry about that. Here you see the two options on finishes. On the top, we have the frame, the powder coat aluminum for the frames. So we have two options on the frame color as a standard. Remember this is the standard. We have these two options on color for the frames on the chair and the tables. And then we have two options for the weaving. We have the synthetic fiber weave, as you can see here in the brown chair on the first plane, more type of weaving, weaker work. And then we have the rope option. So for the synthetic fiber, we have 4 colors: white, silver gray, brown, and dark gray. And we have 3 colors for the rope. The difference is the type of weaving pattern, and obviously the texture and feeling of both materials. Here you have two of them, the two options. For example, on the left side, we have the rope with this type of, I don't know how you call this pattern. In Spanish, it has a name, a type of traditional weaving pattern. And on the right hand, we have the synthetic fiber with a more type of plain weaving. Both the chairs have the arm or armless option, and both of them are stackable. So 100% contract orientated, but at the same time, something that would be great in a residential space. From the highest end to the more chill type of space. The price point is great. You can check with Timea. This is a great collection on pricing. Little details that make the difference. This handlebar on the back that you can see, so you don't touch the rope or the fiber. You grab, naturally you're gonna grab it from there. So it's really well designed. And I'm gonna talk really quick about the parallel and foot collections to finish here. Those collections were introduced last year as the ready to buy collections. The Parallel is a beautiful 100% teak collection, and the rope that we use is a synthetic rope, so no harsh texture, and more resistant. And obviously you can also purchase the chairs with a seating pad, so it's even more comfortable. We have all range of pieces here: the lounge seating, the dining, coffee set. And this is a collection that is going to work so well on indoor as outdoor as well. Again, yes.
Now that you're, sorry to interrupt, now that you're talking about the lounge chair and the club chair, I wanted to mention when we were talking about the round and the arc collection that almost all point collections have a lounge chair and the club lounge chair. And the club lounge chair is always a little bit smaller, obviously, but the price is always better for the club lounge chair. So if you like to save some space and also you don't have the budget for the big lounge chair, you always have the option to just go with the club lounge chair. Yeah.
Yep, that's an important point. Thank you, Timea. We develop always the as much pieces as we can. So as Timea mentioned, we may have the sofa with the armchair, and then a club chair that is something smaller, but still for one person, comfy type of lounge seating, smaller footprint, so you can have it in more tight spaces, and obviously more cost effective. I love that word. Finally, the FOOP is just a fun accessory in 2 different sizes, teak platform and foam. So it's a matter of playing with fabrics, COM or in grade. This collection also includes the waterproof liner, so we can help to keep that round, perfect shape on the cushion right after sitting on it. It recovers automatically, and it works pretty good. Yes. And finally, here I would like to show you the quick shipping program catalog. This is not it's not live yet. It's nothing that we share yet, but I'm gonna send it to Timea really soon, probably next week, because we are waiting for the last pieces of the stocking to arrive to Miami. The catalog that you're gonna receive, or maybe you can download it on the website. I don't know how it's gonna work. Definitely, you're gonna receive it. If you want it, you're gonna receive it. All the pictures that we have on the quick shipping program is how the pieces look like material wise and fabric wise. So the city collection, you see this picture on the top, that is the catalog picture, but the fabrics and finishes that we have are those on the bottom. Those are the pieces that we have with those finishes. We're gonna have a lot of weave because we sell that a lot, tee, aluminum tee. So feel free to check with Timea next week if you want to have something in the short lead time. And basically that was it.
And when we talk about short lead time, just to clarify again, then just to put it out, the lead time for the quick shipping program will be about a week, right? Because you have all these items available in stock in Miami. So obviously many of the attendees here are in California. So I would say shipping from Miami takes about a week. From Miami to
Yes. Yeah. I've been saying 10 days because 10 days automatically makes you think that is from the week that you are placing the order on Monday. I don't think that is gonna get here on Friday. Unless we pay a premium shipment, that it's possible. Is it possible to have it from Monday to Friday here? It is possible. It's going to be a little bit more expensive on the shipping cost, but it is going to be possible. So I prefer to say 10 weeks, so we are a little bit more.
Calculate with, I would say, 8 to 10 days.
Correct. Yeah.
We'll also need some time to prepare these items.
The items are ready as soon, and with you, Timea, we work a little bit better on the flow. The workflow is easier. As soon as you send us the order, you know that we put it on the next day is going to be on a truck. In the same day is difficult because if we receive the order at 12 in the morning at noon, it's 3 hours later in Miami. Definitely it's not going to happen that day. So I would say that the order potentially is going to be on the road the day after.
Yes. So if you guys have any questions, yeah. Yeah, I just have a question here. Okay. So the question is, for custom color finishes on aluminum, if the client provides a Pantone reference, does Point provide a sample for approval? Can you do that?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
We can send over, actually what we usually do, if it's a weaker and aluminum, or weaker and fabric or whatever, we send a sample of a little tube thin to the customer with the finish, and even if they want to compare, no problem.
Okay. And
Same with the
time to make the samples, the finished samples?
Usually, I'm gonna say it depends. If the client wants it really, really quick, I think that the fastest that we can do is around 10 days, because we have to order the paint, we have to prepare the paint. Is something that we don't do in-house in our factory. We have to order the paint. So when you include a third party on the work, you always rely on someone else. 10 days air freighted to the client can be fair enough.
Okay.
And that, now that you mentioned that, if a client wants to do a sit test and we, for some reason, we don't have anything close to the client, we can ship it. Usually it happens with chairs. If we talk about sofa, it's going to be more complicated dash expensive. But if you guys working in a project and you want to do a sit test with the client, we can ship a piece to your studio. You pay for the shipment, we pay for the chair, then you have to ship it back to our warehouse in Miami, not to Spain. So it's a cheaper thing. All that shipping cost would be credited if the order goes through after the sit tests. So if you don't approve the chair, you only pay for the shipping. If you do approve the chair, or the client approve the chair, that shipping cost is going to be discounted on the order.
Okay, going
So
back to the finished samples, the custom color finished sample, do you charge for the actual sample? That's another question. And in case, obviously for many projects, not one sample is not enough, because the designer needs one, the purchasing company needs one, and the ownership needs one. So do you charge for the finished samples in that case?
We wouldn't charge. In case that we have to ship urgent air freight or something, the only thing that we would charge is the shipping cost. If the client has account with FedEx, DHL, or whatever shipping company, you give us the label, or you give us the shipping number, the account number, and we do it that way. If they don't have anything like that, we charge it after doing the shipment.
Yes, great question.
But no,
yeah. Yeah, so what I would like to talk about before we start showing the projects, something very important that we talked about yesterday, about the price point, that price point is surprisingly good. And it's not because the quality is not amazing, but I just want you to tell us, Alex, yesterday that you told me, because I think it was a very good point that you brought up.
Yes, for a while in the US, the biggest challenge was making the client understand that we are not as expensive as we look, because of the type of catalog pictures, the imagery, the projects that we are in, the quality. Even when we go to trade shows, like, can you remember when we were going to trade shows? HD Expo Vegas, BDNY, Salone in Milano. The display is great. The design team makes a great job, so it stands out, and people think, oh my God, this is great. I'm gonna pass. I'm not here to sell any other brand names, but I'm sure that the top 3 names that may come to your mind for outdoor furniture, I don't want to say names, but those 3 names that you have in mind, those 3 names that you have in mind, I guarantee you that we are more cost effective. So
yeah. two great ways to check points prices. If you have an account with us, you just log in on the website, on our website, tbcontractfurniture.com, and you will see the net prices of all the new products. The new products are already on our website. And if you prefer that, we can also share a PDF price list with you. So just let us know, email us. You can email me at timea@tbcontractfurniture.com or info@tbcontractfurniture.com. So if you have any questions or you would like to receive the prices, just let us know. And yes, please share. Like, I really love these projects that you did. Point is really all over the world, guys. So
yes, we actually are in every continent but Antarctica. It's not a perfect place for outdoor furniture, but give us time. We do art in snow station. So I was sharing at the same time that I was speaking, I was going through some of the projects for our fellas here in California. Probably one of the projects with more furniture and different type of products on the same environment is here in Santa Barbara Residence Inn. I just put the names, the projects with resort type of names that can be like, okay, these guys work with Hilton or W or the one and only, or here we are on the sky, top of the rock in the Rockefeller Center in New York. So yes, we can do rooftops, very tall rooftops. Actually, that brings to my mind, overweighting furniture is a very classic customization that we do, especially for this type of rooftop projects. Dubai,
this is definitely
Emirates.
That we get a lot. If you can put additional weight on your furniture, because there are many rooftop projects, so Point can do that.
Exactly, but it's remember to mention in that before. Recently, we had a project. They put a wicker chair. Actually, this same wicker chair. This one is very light itself. And then they told me, oh, because this project was is in a rooftop in San Francisco and it's windy and the chairs are moving all over the place. Can we overweight it? It's like, now it's going to be very difficult. So what we ended doing is we took it back to our factory. We ship again new pieces. So that's why I encourage you guys to share as much information with us as possible, so we can actually help you doing the right decision. I would never recommend you or to put a teak table in Arizona on an outdoor space with no shade. After 3 months, it's going to be burning itself. This is the San Jose Solat Resort. You've been there actually, Timea. You can see here how great place. You can see how we use a lot of furniture on indoor spaces. Why? Because it's more resistant than regular indoor furniture, and you can have doors open in front of the ocean, as this resort is, and not worrying about corrosion or things like that. Vietnam, Waldorf Astoria in Maldives. What a place to be. This looks like a render. And if you want to take a look of projects and names of brands of hotels that trust in Point for years, you have a list. Is not a short list. Also follow us in Instagram. This is this is the classic now. Follow us in Instagram for the latest content. And I don't know if you guys have any other questions, Timea, but this is all from my side.
Anything else in the Q&A? I think we're finishing up because it's already 11:04, and I'm sure people need to leave. So we usually don't have time to do our draw like live during the webinar, but we will do it after. You might know that we will give away a Spanish gift basket. So we will announce it to the lucky winner in about a few hours after the webinar. So thank you so much.
I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this gift. I didn't apply. Can I get it? I miss so much Spanish food, to be honest.
So next time you come in, I will have some tapas for you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure, and feel free to contact Timea or us for any further questions.
Yes, thank you so much for spending this hour with us. Yes, and have a great rest of your day. great rest of your week. And please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions, if you need help with your next project. We are here to help, and we are so happy to help you. So have a beautiful rest of your Thursdays, guys.
Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Yeah. Bye.